When you are driving, your safety, the safety of others in your vehicle, and those on the road are important. Today, I have 10 tips that can prevent most intersection collisions. For those who don't know, I am attorney Danielle Pinkston of Pinkston Law Group, and if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out. Let's dive right in. Tip number 1, always drive defensively when approaching an intersection. Assume that cross traffic or pedestrians may not obey traffic control devices or yield right of way. Tip number 2, pay attention to traffic control devices before you reach the intersection so you know what you need to obey. If there's a stop or yield sign, slow down. Be prepared to stop and give way to vehicles and bicyclists who have arrived first. Tip number 3, if you are approaching an intersection and your light has been green for a long time, expect it to change and be prepared to stop. Also, take your foot off the accelerator. Slow down as you approach and go through it. This will enable you to stop more quickly if necessary. There's nothing worse than having to slam on your brakes to avoid running a red light or running through a stop sign. Tip number 4, when approaching an intersection, look around you to see what other cars might be doing. Don't race or try to make that yellow light, and never assume it is safe for you to drive through a light that has turned yellow either. Chances are drivers in oncoming traffic might be trying to do the same thing. Also remember, yellow means proceed with caution. It does not mean green or go. Tip number 5, use your turn signals appropriately, because if you don't display the proper signal, other drivers may not be aware that you are turning. Tip number 6, when waiting to make a left turn in the intersection, never turn your wheels in that direction, because if someone rear ends you, you might be pushed into oncoming traffic. Tip number 7, always, and I mean always, look both ways before going through an intersection. Not once, but twice, or maybe even 3 times, even if you have the right of way, because sometimes oncoming traffic may have a longer green light or a turning green arrow. A driver might be speeding, a driver might run a red light or fail to see a stop sign and may pull out in front of you. Tip number 8, when making a turn, not only do you have to look out for cars, but always look for pedestrians and bicyclists who may be in the crosswalk. Tip number 9, never, and I mean never, change lanes when turning left or right at an intersection, but instead turn into the lane closest to you, wait until you are through the light or the intersection, or your turn is complete, and then signal before changing lanes. Tip number 10, when approaching an intersection, be alert for any movement and check the source of that movement before proceeding. Remember, this list is not exhaustive, but it's a good start. If you or someone you know have been involved in an intersection collision, let us take the worry from you. Call our office now at 773-770-4771 to see how we can help.